What's up, movie fans out there? This is Matt Jarbo back with another episode of Total Running Time. It is February 7th at this point. I want to apologize for not updating last week. I got very sick. Unfortunately, I could not record the episodes. I could barely speak. So if you like my voice, then that would be bad. If you hate my voice, then that would be good. I'm really hoping for the former, not the latter. But of course, you're listening to the show, so it's got to be the former. And enough of me being egotistical. Welcome back to another episode of the show. I'm going to make up for last week by doing 3 episodes today. So this is Tron. I'm doing Tron and Tron Legacy, making up for last week, because I like to do movies that are in order, of series. Because if I did Raiders of the Lost Ark and then I went into like Children of Men, it just wouldn't work out very well. Like people like, oh, well, I want to know what's going to happen next. So this time we're doing Tron. And I don't know if you guys have seen it. A lot of you, I'm sure, have. It came out July 9th, 1982. It's got Jeff Bridges, Bruce Boxleitner, David Warner, Cindy Morgan, Bernard Hughes, Dan Shore. It's produced and distributed through Walt Disney. It had a budget of $17 million, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. For 82, $17 million was a lot. I think if Tron was made today, not the sequel, but the actual movie, probably have a budget of like $170 million, and its gross was $33 million back in the 80s. So again, it proved to be profitable. The movie was written and directed by Steven Lisberger, and and it's definitely had a cultural impact over the years, over the 28 years, because it's just like it produced games and people love the idea of the light cycle battles and the the disc battles and stuff, and so there's a lot of love for the Tron series, and we can definitely enjoy it. But let's get into the story, because I know that's why you guys are here, not to hear me ramble. Okay, so here we go. Kevin Flynn is a young and gifted software engineer attempting to hack into the mainframe of software company Encom in order to find evidence that senior executive Ed Dillinger stole Flynn's code and presented it as his own, earning him a rapid series of promotions. Flynn is blocked by the Master Control Program, an artificial intelligence that controls the Encom mainframe. When Encom employees Alan Bradley and Laura Baines tell Flynn that Dillinger has tightened security clearances in response to Flynn's hacking attempts, Flynn convinces them to let him into Encom so that he can forge a higher security clearance for Bradley's security program Tron, which would monitor communications between the MCP and the outside world. They take him to the Encom laboratory, where Flynn attempts to hack his way into the system, but the MCP takes control of a nearby laser and uses it to digitize Flynn into the Encom mainframe. In the mainframe, the programs appear in the likeness of the users who program them. However, the MCP and its commander Sark have long intimidated most programs into renouncing a belief in users. The programs that refuse to do so are forced to play in gladiatorial games in which the losers are destroyed. In the process of playing such games, Flynn meets Tron, and the two escape the mainframe during a light cycle match, and they later split up. Upon receiving instructions from Bradley to destroy the MCP, Tron rejoins with Flynn, and they board a Solar Sailor simulation with Yori to quickly get to the MCP. Flynn reveals to them that he is a user before Sark's command ship destroys the Sailor, capturing Yori and Flynn. Sark then leaves the command ship and attempts to destroy it, though Flynn manages to keep it intact while Sark battles with Tron, who had snuck aboard a shuttle. Tron gains the upper hand and severely damages Sark before attacking the MCP directly. Attempting to break through its shield, the MCP transfers its functions and causes Sark to grow immense in size, but Flynn reveals a gap in the MCP shield. Tron throws his identity disk through the gap, destroying both the MCP and Sark, and therefore freeing the digital world. Input-output towers begin to light up all over the landscape as programs begin to communicate with their users. Flynn is sent back to the real world, reconstructed by the digitization laser. A printer next to him prints out the evidence that he had sought, showing that Dillinger had annexed his code. Dillinger arrives the next morning to find the MCP non-functional and the evidence of his wrongdoing displayed on the screen. Sometime later, Flynn is shown to have become the CEO of Encom. And that's the end of the movie. So they left a few things out in this, of course, like they always do on these plot outlines. And they talk about the light cycle match in the games. They didn't talk about like the disc match, which was a lot of fun. The light cycle is pretty cool. It's like a game of Snake, And they show all these like games and all these things that they have inside the world in Flynn's arcade in the beginning when you see it, because he's got the arcade and he programmed these games. So like all like the light cycle and the disc and like the tanks and like the giant like what looks like little, flying grabber machine, grab claws. Those things were all pretty much developed by Flynn but taken over by the MCP. Who effectively, if you watch South Park, when they show like Moses is the MCP. I didn't even realize that until I saw the movie again recently, and I was cracking up laughing, just because I was like, oh wow, crap. And so yeah, so the movie is kind of corny. I'm not gonna lie, like the story's kind of like it's kind of flimsy. No, I mean, like the other thing that they don't talk about in the plot that they showed is that when Flynn attempts to hack into the MCP, he uses CLUE, which stands for Codified Likeness Utility, which is his hacking program that's like in his likeness. So that's where CLUE comes into play, and you only see him in the beginning, but if you see TRON LEGACY, he's a part in that, and so it's really well done. The movie, I said, the movie's fun. It's corny. It's interesting. It's something to watch for for nostalgic reasons. And while it doesn't hold up technically or even story wise, it was big for its time. It was huge for its time, and it's still a fun movie. So I recommend it to check out. Like if you're a parent and you want to show your kid Tron, you gotta like TRON LEGACY. You gotta show them Tron. Because they'd be all like, I don't get what's going on. And you're like, no, you have to see it. It's okay. And then, if you don't show them that, then you're just not doing them service as a parent. And I'm sorry, that's the truth. But anyway, that about wraps up this episode of the show. It's, Tron's pretty basic stuff. We're going to do TRON LEGACY next and then keep going. So yeah, be sure to check us out on Facebook.com/2bucktheater. You guys can post your comments on this, which I really recommend. It's a great page. I run it. I personally run it. I update with reviews, with movie news on a daily basis. We have questions. We have contests. It's a lot of fun. And then you can also check out us on YouTube, Kazon Radio, which is who hosts us. We're going to be getting a different website pretty soon, so that'll be pretty good. And then, of course, we're on iTunes, we're on Zune. Subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe, tell everyone to subscribe. Pass the word around because this show's a lot of fun to do, so I like to tell people. Anyway, my name is Matt Jarbo. I'll see you guys in a moment for TRON LEGACY. And then if you would like to be a sponsor on the show, please email me at wimpproductions@gmail.com. That is WIMP productions@gmail.com for more information. And I will see you guys later. Bye, you guys.